Good morning all. Here I sit in a Nissan, which I sometimes call Nissan because I can, same as a Subaru. Either way, I am in a very nice people mover. A 3.5 litre V6. And where did you buy these? Oh, Nissan. Ah, there's a bit of a clue. These were individual grey imports from Japan. A Nissan Elgrand. And this one has got an indicated 195,000 and change kilometres on the clock. I don't know if that's true or not. I used to do import compliancing on some vehicles back in the day when Sylvias were out and Nissan Saphiros. And the fact of the matter is they used to wind the clocks back overseas, but not in Australia. Either way, why is it here? Well, let's have a bit of a listen. Ooh, and that'll do that one. It is something nasty, I don't know, I haven't looked yet. And they managed to somehow cram a V6 3.5 litre motor down in there somewhere. But I do have life support attached. We'll get it up together and you and I can have a look and see what the heck's going on. This will be interesting. It was a what's known as a blow-in. It was not expected. So here we go. Let's start by losing all of this just for a look. I've got to be able to disconnect the oxygen sensors. There's 2 of them, and pull it all down. What concerns me a little, as my phone rings, it has bolts going into the manifold. They're not studs. Either way. Okay, I'll do some disassembly of panels and things and see what I can come up with for a better look. At this stage I'm diagnosing, and I don't know what I've got to do until I get into it, so I can't even get to see connectors at this stage, but it will happen. I've undone the big floppy plastic cover, which of course came down and bounced on my head, and yeah, that was great. Disconnected the secondary oxygen sensor from up here with a bracket and unscrewed the very front one. Only part of it's there. I dread to think what's happened to the catalytic converter. Right, I'll now remove it from here, see if I can get that front bit off without snapping anything, and appraise the situation. It has had an aftermarket catalytic converter fitted before. Carrying on, and here's me trying to remain very calm and cool and collected. This has got up there where the manifold is. Okay, studs going through. That shouldn't be there. On the other end of studs, I get that up there, bit hard to see. Up behind that stud on the other end, just see it, is a nut. So I can't even screw it out. To get to the nut, there's a heat shield in the way, which is all up tight everywhere and you can't get to anything, and I've been battling with this for over an hour so far. The engine pipe has been repaired before, it's shattered. All I'm going to do is repair it once I can get it off. At this stage, I can't get it off, it's not sliding off the studs. So perhaps this one is threaded, I don't know. But I can't get it off, this one's got a little bit of movement. I've got to get up in there to sort things out. Got one nut off from here, but I don't have the nut off from up in there, and I can't even get a spanner in there. So that's about how it's going so far. Welcome to my Friday. Yeah, at least my head won't rust. After invented words and that sort of thing, it's off. Look how fried the metal is. Spiral fracture, but the plate's already been used before. Studs that go up into places where you can't get nuts off and cross-threaded. I am simply going to repair this, put it back together, reinstall it on the vehicle, and that'll be the end of it. There will be no warranty. The metal is old, it's crusty, don't have these plates. It needs a major rethink, and I don't know how long the customer will keep the car anyway, but I'm trying to keep costs down. But time is money, and this has been a nightmare so far. An hour and a half on the job so far. And that's just to get it off. Wow. If things had been invented with maintenance in mind, it would have been easier. So if you go to do things on vehicles and you're inventing things, think about the next person or think about yourself revisiting that situation. This could have been so much simpler apart from the way it had been done before. Okay, so I've cleaned up the front part of the cat assembly, which is really the engine pipe. I buffed the outside, buffed the inside, and this is the front part of the engine pipe, which has got that spiral brake there, which you can just see in the inside. It's all been buffed. That greyness is called mill scale. That is from the metal absolutely being cooked. It's as good as it's going to get. I can now put that up in position. Weld it thoroughly, reinforce it where I can, flapped it back, maybe run over a bit more after I've tacked it in place, reinstall it on the car. I have put one new stud up in there. Now these ones, because there are holes there, I've put bolts in from the top and the nuts will come from underneath. They'll be able to be undone because they're not huge massive heads like this big on them, and the oxygen sensor can be screwed back in with the customer being informed that it is like totally fried. You think how hot that gets to do that to steel. Okay, into it again. All done. All hidden up in there again and everything hooked up the way it's got to be, and the big plastic shield back on. And it's as quiet as a church mouse. But then these were, because the exhaust on them were very, very choked up. The 3.5 litre V6, a front wheel drive. No, it's not. Haha, tricked you. See? Looks like it's front wheel drive with a hub. It's not. Rear wheel drive people mover. Thanks for watching. 2.5 hours. What a barrel of fun for Friday. See ya.